Hello, my beautiful mimusas. I have a life update, a vlog, as some beautifuls call this. This is more of a share of where I am in my own internal seasons and external seasons. A little bit of poetry readings, or one reading, because I have one poem in mind, in heart and mind. So here I go. So, my beautifuls, for those of you who do not know me, hi and welcome. My name is Jimena. I am the Mystic Mentor Muse and founder at the Sanctuary, which is a holistic mystery school for women and mothers to remember how to live through the mystical lens, like how to live a mystical, magical life in the life that you've chosen, in the life that is yours, and in the life that you dream and you want to manifest or mamifest. And so, welcome, my dears, if you're here for the first time. I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 14-year-old. And I'm sharing this with you because this whole week I have felt as if my children have flown the nest, which metaphorically and energetically they have. Now, the two youngest are still at home, but through unschooling and homeschooling, they were homeschooled for a total of 7 years. And this last week, my two youngest decided to go to a local school. And so they leave early in the morning. Side note, those of you who know that I am a generator, a sacral generator, I knew that I was a yes in supporting them in this decision that they wanted. I didn't need them to go to school, this type of school, or even their online school that they had chosen. And I am in an era and season of continuing to support where my children actually are, not where I want them to be. And so I told them that I supported them, yet I would not be driving them there or bringing them back. And so they have been taken by a beautiful being on the way there, and then on the way back by the bus, and they have to walk in the heat for a long time to get to their home. But anyways, what I wanted to share is that in the last couple of weeks, I have been shedding the last remnants of my great mother archetype. Now, I will always, in the archetypal system, I will always be a great mother archetype. But this layer, this lifetime of being a mother to human children in this way, I feel like I literally have been in a rebirth cocoon. This last week, I have decided to do new rituals. My mind right now is like, oh my God, I'm all over the place. Yes, I'm all over the place. I said it was a share, okay? It was an all over the place share. This week, I realized I am now waking up at around 5 before 6 a.m. I am now walking to the beach when I wake up with no music or anything. I'm wanting that connection time. I'm actually taking now my prayer time that I used to prayer and journal. I'm actually taking it to the beach, and it has been amazing. And I'm also really tired by 12 or 1, and I've been taking naps every single day. I've been tucking myself in back into my PJs. And so literally this sacral generator, because sacral generators follow their gut, like actually they do follow their gut. many of us healers that share collectively with the whole human race, you got to follow your gut. That's actually false. If through the lens of human design, we understand that our different energy systems respond to energy in different ways. Actually, we're not all sacral beings, which we would be if we were, every single one of us were sacral beings, and we could say, follow your gut. So follow your gut is not actually accurate, just so you know. It's important to know what you are. And when you know what you are, then you know how to respond to your own life, like what feels good, what doesn't feel good. Like then you decide, then it's not even a decision, then you're in relationship with the decisions that you make in a conscious, aware, aligned way with your energetic being, not somebody else. So anyways, I've really been like restructuring my whole day, which has felt amazing. It has felt amazing. And 2 weeks ago, I said, or 2.5 weeks ago, I said bye to my oldest daughter who went off. She's off and away. I don't need to say where, but she's off and away. And she is being her most beautiful self wherever she is. And that was a whole journey of feeling the grief, of understanding that energetic cutting of the cord, and at the same time the gifts of all that I have worked with in these almost 2 decades, because she was in my belly for 10 months, or in my belly, oh my God, in my uterus, in my uterus for 10 months before. So let's say almost 20 years. And what I realized was, and I've said this before, my dears, and I'll say it again because it is a fact. The more we reconnect with our soul gifts, with freedom, the more we allow our children to be their beautiful, innate, holy, abundant, filled, liberated selves. And so I do feel that if we aren't doing consciously our inner work from when they're in our womb to their first years, then yes, the teenage years can be for many people more difficult. But if we look at it from rites of passages, we can see that that's their rite of passage and that's our rite of passage. If we still haven't been doing our inner work at around their teenage years, then we're really going to be hit with lots of teachings all at the same time. And we're just going to blame it on them, not realizing that they are the sacred messengers that we have wanted our whole lives. And so this is a good moment to read the poem. Now, you might have heard this one before because I've shared this one many times. This one's from Soul Satiation, my first mystical soul poetry tarot book that you can find on Amazon. You can find more about it on my website, jimenamosqueda.com. And it's called Children of Source. Children of Source, a time to take off the blinders that bind our old ways of behaving. Children are closer to Source, are of Source, of course. They are the seed of creation coming to feed you back to life itself. In Source, thank them. Yes, they're coming back to feed you. Like, take that in for a moment. You had them. They're actually here to feed you. If you're willing to say yes, to take that course. In Source, thank them. Children of young, especially the younger they are, right? Those youngest years closest to when they were born. They embody and emanate ecstasy. Of course they do. Like, they are source beating in aliveness. They don't need their space from us. I mean, like, have you ever seen a baby that says, let me have my space? I mean, sure, there are the ones that love to sleep, possibly off of their mom, but it's not that common. Sure, the other adult in their life can for sure hold them. Anyways, they do not need their space from us. They are agents of destruction and resurrection. They interrupt and are interruptible. They forgive. They are that divine paradox. They are the wizards of the future coming to redirect ancient ways of magic now in us. Everything they are is a paradox. That magic, love magic, wants to open us up as adults again. So even if you don't have human children, that longing to be reawoken, like our inner child wanting to come back to life inside of us, it's that same essence. It is not too late to long for or to awaken to a rebirth, a remembrance in love's source. The body is already made for it. So our body understands, remembers these imprints that children literally are here spoon feeding us if we're willing to open our mouths. Your body already knows the way. Ask life to lead the course and redirect you on your way to a new day. Surrender to love finding a way back to you today. Now I'll go to sleep, because this is the human paradox, the human divine paradox, and try to remember again when I am awoken to the mystery of another day living in me awake. Amen. Because yes, we do forget over and over and over again, and our children are here to remind us. And if you don't necessarily have a human child, then we can think that it's our own inner child that's wanting to be awoken again, that's sending us these messages for us to awake again. So my dears, in summary, I have been allowing the death of that role, of my great mother role that no longer fits in that great mother way in which it did the last 2 decades. A new aspect of my great mother role is coming online for sure. But the old ways, they're gone. They are gone, my dears. And so I actually want to invite you, and I'll share with you actually the new role that I have been envisioning is actually, it's my speaker. I don't know if I've shared with you all, but since I moved here, so for the last 2.5 years, I've been having these dreams off and on. And I noticed that in my journal, I don't know if it was I haven't yet this season, but the last 2 years during Virgo season, which is where my North Node is, I would have all of these dreams of me speaking to big groups, just speaking. And I was putting 2 and 2 together and recognizing, oh my goodness, my seeing my one-on-one online clients, my sharing with you all here on my YouTube channel and on my podcast, the ways in which I have spoken in these last 2 years are all helping me to embody and feel that I am a speaker at heart. My name literally means to be heard. And so I was like, it was just like the bells came on of like, that's the part of me, that's the identity that's wanting to come back online, that I've been marinating in the last few days, more so, where it's been like on the forefront of my consciousness. And so I want to share with you all this because I want to invite you to recognize if there is an old role, an old identity, and if you want to share with us what that is, like what she has given to you. what she has produced, what she has learned, what she's had to give up and sacrifice. Now, this is old language, old paradigm. Because in the new paradigm, she doesn't have to sacrifice. She serves what is sacred to her soul and what she's in service to. And then there is no sacrifice. There's something that happens inside of our being when we recognize that we no longer have to sacrifice. That literally was one of the greatest old mystical woundings of the last centuries. Centuries. Más de centuries. How much would it, like in the thousands? So centuries would be so Christ age, all right? I'd say pre-Christ, post. So it's been a while where we've been holding that resonance, all of us, of sacrifice, and especially as mothers, we are like the greatest, we are the greatest at wanting to carry and keep carrying that very heavy medallion, like medallion of the martyr, of like, you're sacrificing for your child. You are waking up in the middle of the night. You're doing all of these things. Even the language, all of it is heavy. And I'm here to share with you that there is another way. And that way, of course, has to be remembered inside of each and every one of us. And what happens, what I've recognized, is as these old identities of mine die, what happens is my essence, my soul, literally lights me up even more. And I can't even define like where I am or who I am now. It's literally like what we call embodiment. You just feel more fully you as you ever have been, the more you shed your old roles and identities. And so I was actually literally just talking about that with a beautiful mimusa of mine, where she was sharing just before I made this recording that she was realizing that she was becoming more sweeter with her partner, and that this sweetness and these feminine qualities were coming online. And she's always been like that. Whenever I see her, in session or not session, it doesn't matter. She is pure sweetness. She is one of those souls that like literally drips just warm chocolate. Like everything that she says and she does embodies that. And so for her to be feeling that in this moment, is the recognition that she's wholly, fully she. And when we have those remembrances in our soul of this is who I am, God, thank you. Thank you for being here in this very moment. It's almost like an anointing that you receive by your soul. So like the soul already is. Our soul is already fully holy thee, like it already is. We, like the parts of us that are not fully in communion with our soul, are the ones that are going to be anointed. And so just take a moment, because in the northern hemisphere, we're at the end of summer. I know in California it's not. It's like Indian summer. There's still some delicious good weeks. I know that in the southern hemisphere we're actually in the opposite. So it's not summer. It's it would be winter, if I'm not mistaken, and winter to spring, and then summer to fall here. So I want to invite you to take a moment and just thank that beautiful you that gave, that was in that way. Thank yourself. thank God, thank life, thank the people in your life that actually allowed you to play that role with them. And ask yourself if there's something, if there is a recognition, if there is an honoring, if there's an offering, if there's a ritual, if there's a routine, if there's something you can write, something you can burn, something you can dance to, like anything, something you can dress up as one last time, like dress up as that old identity if you need it. I know I don't need it anymore. But like, what is it that you need like one more time, that one last dance of summer, right? It's like, you're like one more cherry, one more strawberry, or like the last one. Give yourself that right. And that right, from that rite of passage of truly honoring what was. And taking a couple of moments to feel, if you want to pause, like feel the summer, feel the fullness of that role and identity. If you want more support, there's actually a video in my YouTube channel that is all about the summer season. So it speaks to the energetic of summer inside of our lives. And so recognize that it is now time to let that role die, to let that role fall away. And we're gonna end today, my dears. I wanna share a little bit behind the scenes, right? Because I shared with y'all about my speaker, right? I'm actually doing a speaking engagement in a couple of weeks. And I was recognizing in this week, right, of transition internally inside of myself, I was recognizing the amount of healing that I had to do with my voice in these last 2 decades, the amount of clarity. I needed to clear some gunk, some shit, some words, some thoughts, some behaviors here, which I'm not done. I'm not done. I noticed myself talking to my second daughter, because those of you who know me and who have worked with me, you know, especially if I've worked with you in regards of your mother, with your children, like not only your great mother to yourself, but your great mother to your children, is that energetically, we're always, if we have more than one child, we are tending one energetic with one child. When that is freed, when that is cleared energetically, the next child comes up for you to tend what is for you to see that you could not see because you were actually tending the energetic of the other child. And so I wanted to just confess, I was not ready to speak with the depth and the clarity and my ability to be like a lightning laser and see beyond the bullshit, because when I am in spaces with people, and it can even be an online session and it can be a live session, but I needed to clear that. I used to scream at my children when they were little, when I used to swear that I would never scream, and I wouldn't scream all the time, but when I would get overloaded, I would scream. Oh my God, like that was 10,000 layers that I had to unpack with that. Say things that I should have never said to my children, to my partner, staying in loops with my partner and with my beloved, where I kept replaying the same audio and reliving it and re-saying it, that he was ... that he, I've shared this before, but what I wanted to share is, in order to embody that new role, we all have work to do with the shadow of that role. We all have work to do with the unconscious part of that role and identity that we have yet to embody. And I do have to say, this is my own personal belief. This is not something you can do in one meditation. If you have, you are amazing. Go forth, teach it. Teach it, share it. In my own experience, it doesn't work that way in my own experience. Remember that I am a sacred femme teacher. for women and for mothers. And I work with numerology and with the wisdom of a female body, which knows the number 10. 10 months, it can be 10 days, 10 years, but it's 10. Okay? In my own life, I have experienced rebirth season time and time again with the number 10 months, with the cycle of 10 months of major rebirths. People who can manifest, as if they're on speed, they might be manifestors. They might be manifesting in human design. They might be all of the types, but this type is just sharing her own way. Remember that I always say that your way is the way. So if you can manifest in one day, go for it, my beautiful. Believe in yourself. Do it. So I've also had to have grace and compassion towards myself. You all know, if you've heard me say it, I'm a 6'2". 6'2s in human design, until they're about 50, they start to come out much more publicly than they ever have been. And so it's taken me some decades to make peace with that, and to not fight against it, and to not keep comparing myself with my peers. So the summary is, take a moment, see that you want to embody in this season, that you're yearning. Like, is it that you're wanting to author a book? I have so many beautiful muses that start to share with me and that don't even know me. And it's like a resonance inside of me that literally it's a light, because I do feel like I hold the resonance of the lighthouse. So my lighthouse signal is on, right? And they share with me, and then maybe they'll share at the very end, I've been wanting to write this book. And I'm like, oh, hot damn, you finally confessed it. I was waiting for your confession. Like, oh my gosh, you all have no idea how good it feels when I hear that there's a yearning of a rebirth. Like, they're wanting to spill salivating, spill their shares through their soul songs. So I always say that my mystics are here to share their soul songs with the earth. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're a writer. You can share it through your food. You can share it through your art. You can share it through being an entrepreneur and just being the most mystical, magical leader within your company that you've created. There's so many ways. You can be a teacher, there's so many ways, but your ability to share the mystical, the mystical truths, mystical language, and your ability to translate that for others, mwah, chef's kiss. So I'm here for it. Whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest, aka remember that you are the manifestation. You are the manifester. You are that divine being that is it. You are the manifestation. We're not necessarily in the line of just manifesting externally. It's remembering I am the manifestation. Through me, this already is. May it be as so. Yes, I see it. Yes, I live it. Yes, I am it. Yes, I dream it. It's coming. It's not coming maybe today, but it's coming. So anyways, my beautifuls, I can't share. So if you also are wanting to write a book, share it in the comments. I see you. I love you. And you got it. I literally spoke with one of my beautiful muses, the one who this year shared her book, and she's doing now a live event publicizing her book, and she's so happy about it. So anyways, whatever it is that you're wanting to share, may you know that your children are wishing for you to gift that to the earth. What more beautiful, What can be more beautiful than having your lineage see that love legacy that you want to leave behind, not only through being the mother of your children, but being the mother of your creations, being the caretaker of your dreams, tending on the daily basis that you know that is yours to actually tend. So I'm sending you so much love, my beautifuls. This is my share for today. So have a beautiful end of the season if you're in northern hemisphere, the opposite if you're in the southern hemisphere. Fall, remember, I love fall season. I was born in fall season. I just love it. That's for another day, my dears. If you are wanting support in your next rite of passage, where you know that there is a new part of you, which is an anew, not a completely new, like you've never known before, because our soul has these imprints inside of us. Our soul mandala already knows this. We just have to catch up with it. We have to learn our own specific soul language. If you're wanting to know about your soul mandala, about your life's path, your soul's purpose, your numerology, what year you're in, what internal season you're in mood-wise and emotionally, that's so important for women. Your North Node, that's our soul's curriculum. That leads us to everything, every single act that we do. So I'll share a little bit before I close. I'll share a little bit about my soul mandala. You've heard me say it. My North Node is in Virgo. Those structures, those daily structures that I'm devoted and committed to, making these videos, going on my silent walks, turning off my phone, going to sleep early, etc., changing from coffee to matcha, stopping drinking so much matcha, cutting in almost half, because I think I was drinking a little bit too much. Once I got into the matcha trend, I was like, damn, this is so good. So all of those daily rituals, and in this last season, in the season that I'm in, saying no to my children and picking them up and dropping them off, because that was the old me. That was the old great mother role, which I would do everything for everybody. And feel the resentment and feel the old sacrifice, feel the whole thing. And that's not me anymore. That's not me anymore. So even in the minute details of what I'm saying yes to and no, that is tied to my North Node. Because now when you're in alignment and in awareness of what your North Node is asking of you in this lifetime, then you make your daily decisions based on that. It's not something like that you have to literally it becomes alchemy inside of you. I promise. It's so beautiful how your body just knows, oh yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I didn't have to have a mental, because I'm a North Node in Virgo, and I didn't have to do that because I've already done the inner work. So if you're needing a mystic mentor to support you with the mystical landscape of your life, seeing things as sacred, your children, your partner, your parents, your past, taking all of the wisdom of your ancestors and your soul gifts and actually translating it into what is happening in your life and what you need to what you need to manifest in this season of your life, and to live out your most magical. Now it's filled with mosquitoes. It's time for me to end. Then I'm here for you. Check out my Soul Speak session on my website, jimenamosqueda.com. I'm sending you so much love, my dears. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Mwah.